right now is
I
that
hear you.
playing now makes me feel like they didn't need to be playing poorly earlier.
Yeah, I feel like we almost gave Nick a coronary by bringing this up. Good heavens.
Well, okay, so if you want me to have a coronary, let's talk about the All-Star Game next, which is I've been to an MLB All-Star Game when it was in Denver in '98. It was fun. I mean, look, I enjoyed it. We went to the Home Run Derby, which everybody said the Home Run Derby was going to be the greatest of all time in Denver because that's before we that was back when we thought that like Coors Field was just a home run field. Before then, so they did the science, and it's like a long double field as opposed to a home run field. But it was fun. We went to the Derby, and then we went to the game, and whatever, right? But I just think All-Star games are stupid in general, and I don't care about them.
So
I
you
think
find
you
them
have a home
fun?
run derby.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I agree. That if you just do that, or just like, and then we've made, and baseball is a little bit different because the game is still played like a game, right? But although football is too, but football is a total joke, right?
Oh, that is just absolutely the biggest joke.
But in the NHL, we perverted the game aspect of it so much that there's no other way to look at it. If you look at a regular season NHL game, or God forbid, a playoff game, and the NHL All-Star Game, if you like split screen watch these two games simultaneously,
yeah,
the NHL All-Star Game is a joke. I mean, it's so far removed from they don't even try anymore to make it like a hockey game. It's its own thing, which I guess maybe is better.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do, is basically appease you and be like, let's do something that's obviously not a hockey game. The one thing that's interesting about the MLB All-Star Game is there's like something on the line, I guess. That's what my buddy always like tries to argue with me about. He's like, no, it's different than the other All-Star Games because this one actually matters. Like there's something at stake, which, I don't necessarily buy into it, but it is an interesting aspect of it. I also agree with both of you that the Home Run Derby is phenomenal, and that is, I caught the one here at Target Field. What was that, like 2 years ago or whatever? And that was so sweet, just crushing dingers. It was awesome.
And Mike Stanton almost hit one out of Target Field to left field. Like, I could watch that all night, every night.
Yeah.
I mean, three rows from the freaking scoreboard. It's like, good night.
So, Tony, am I just extra salty? Is it unnecessarily negative to not like the All-Star Game?
I mean, I think All-Star Games in general, I'm with you. Baseball tends to be a little bit different. There's something on the line. The pitchers are still throwing 95 to 100 miles an hour. The batters are still trying to hit that. Are they putting in the effort? Probably at least a little bit more than the other sports, but overall, All-Star Games are awful. Like they're just, I don't think they're ever going to be with the setup. I mean, these guys get paid to play for their other team.
Yeah.
Like they're never going to go full bore in an All-Star Game for home field advantage in the playoffs. Like,
yeah,
most of those guys aren't even going to get the benefit of it. What, 3 of the guys on either team, maybe?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Somebody argued one time to me that the way to make the MLB All-Star Game interesting would be to do it with national teams and do like have
like
four
a tourney, round robin.
Have like 4 3-inning games.
And I think that's cool. I like that.
And to get the whatever with the Dominican players and the Cuban players and the Puerto Rican players and whatever on each of their own team, and then sort of do it as a little tournament. But 3 innings plus extras if you need it, if you're tied. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that speaks to what you were kind of referencing, which is like All-Star Games suck when they try and take it seriously and pretend like it's a real game, because it's obviously not. So at least being aware of that and trying to do something fun and entertaining, I think, is the way. Like the Home Run Derby is a perfect example. I think your kind of round robin idea, like short, 3-inning games, that could be cool. I think that should be the direction All-Star Games take. Like I know you're not a fan of the NHL All-Star Game. I haven't really been either the last couple of years, but the one John Scott was in, I remember just loving that game. And there's something to this idea of like these elite players all trying to set up this one dude. I don't know. There was something interesting about that.
Yeah.
Deviations like from the actual game, where there's some sort of twist and making it more fun. Like that's entertaining to watch. But
I'm
the rest
with
of
ya.
suck.
Yeah, I can get down with that. For sure.
What do you think about this? So I was talking to a buddy about baseball in general, and we were talking about how fun it was to watch them when they were on steroids, and how now it's kind of like, it's almost like we were talking like, let's just legalize it. Who cares? Like, I would rather watch guys hit 70 home runs a year. The record book's already tainted because you don't know who did it, who didn't. So let's just say have at it. Like, let's entertain the fans. If you want to kill yourself early,
that's going to be a league. There's going to be a steroid only league, and it's going to be called the Big something. And Ice Cube's going to start it.
The Juice League.
Yeah, the Juice League.
Tony, I would not let Roy Smalley hear you say that.
Or Jim, I suppose, but I should have brought it up to him yesterday and watched him melt down in my office.
Yeah, that's my gift to you, is that heads up warning. But it would be fun. I mean, aren't they doing this? Isn't there like an offshoot NFL league now?
I think there's a couple of them that are trying to go.
Offshoot basketball league, the Big Three.
Yeah,
you guys been following that?
That's terrible.
Oh, yeah, all over it. You bet, Frecon. Oh. I got the league logo tattooed on my shoulder, dude.
Dude, I know you're a huge Ice Cube fan, and you support all of his business ventures, so I figured you were...
Yeah. Nothing revs my engine more than
our
knock
test
off
meta world
basketball.
Peace. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the only thing better than the real NBA is the fake NBA. Oh, my God.
What were they thinking?
Okay, so NBA, WNBA, Lynx 12-10, 8th place right now. I guess they're technically tied for 7th place with the Connecticut team. They lost a couple games, but they'd obviously gotten better from how they started. I just looked at the schedule, and I'm actually in Mini for the final game of their season, which is at Target Center. So I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna go to that.
When is it?
Sometime in August, middle of the August.
Did you say middle of the August?
Yeah.
Nice.
Middle of the August.
Nice. Well, all right, we'll all go, man. Hit me up.
Let's go. Well, I think that'd be fun. I mean, I've never been, and why not? And look, credit to Cheryl Reeve and the rest of that team for making me at all interested in going to see a WNBA game.
Yeah. How do you feel about their current, 7th, 8th? Did we jinx them when we were talking about just how much of a month ago when we were making the rankings? We're talking about the empire that they've built. Yeah. Like, did we just jinx them? Is that what we did?
I think we might.
Yeah. I feel bad. I would like to apologize if that's the case. They don't deserve that.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I just want to say that the WNBA has missed probably the best opportunity to come up with the easiest sports team name tie-in with the Philadelphia Freedom. Like, wouldn't that be why doesn't Philadelphia have a pro sports team called the Freedom yet?
Yeah. Because I know, because no one what do you mean? I don't think that's a great name, Nick. I'm going to push back on this.
You don't know the song? You don't know the Elton John song, the Philadelphia Freedom?
This is going over my head.
Okay.
Well,
maybe I'm not
Liberty
the target.
Bell, the Constitution.
I'm familiar with those things. I just the idea of the Philadelphia Freedom. Like, what would the mascot be?
It'd be
the Constitution.
Uncle Sam or something.
Freaking eagle, dude. Who cares?
We just get an eagle fly around.
How do you not know this song? What was your birthday? You're like 17?
I know. I guess I'm a classic millennial over here.
Okay. Go. When we're done here, go iTunes up some Elton John Philadelphia Freedom, and you'll hear what I'm talking about.
It'd have been better if you said go buy the CD at Target or something like that. Whenever we're done here, I need you to buy the compact disc and listen.
Go to Borders, buy the CD.
Good stuff.
Hoaglund, do you hear me on this though?
I'm with you. I get it. I mean, the Suhans are going to say it's because Hoaglund's first concert ever was an Elton John concert when he was a freshman in high school and got drugged to it. But yeah, I mean, why not? It makes complete sense with everything involved. I'm with you. Yeah.
And like the intro music, they play the song and the team comes out dancing and
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Stuff. Perfect. Anyway,
match made in heaven.
There you go. WNBA, Hoaglund Block Party, WNBA. All right. World Cup done, Twins done, Lynx done, cornhole tournament done. It was
Yeah.
literally the champion, like the U.S. It might have been international, but it was the singles championship. And
Was the one you were watching at Lambeau?
No, I don't. Well, if it was darker because it looked like it was indoors, but it was crazy. These guys it was so like they were taking it so seriously. And look, these guys were money. I mean, like money, right?
Dropping dimes.
Oh, just air,
Making it rain.
Just boom, right? But it was still cornhole, and there's announcers and a crowd and like a field reporter and stuff like that. It was crazy.
What was this on flagship?
Yes.
ESPN?
Yes, on the full station. It was nuts.
Wow. No number behind it. Regular ESPN. Yeah.
So cornhole. Okay, World Cup. All right, Minnesota Wild. We're talking. Okay, so Russo left for Italy and got in a last podcast before his trip. And are we really now talking as though we may have our team going into the training camp?
Yeah, man, it sounds that way. It does. I saw your tweet. Yeah. I know you're not happy with this, Nick, but
look, I'm not saying that we should have traded just for. I'm not frustrated that we haven't gotten any trades done.
Well, Arizona turned the trade down. Thank God.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God.
For I don't remember who was. I know Zucker was in it. I think Niederreiter was in it too.
And it was. Yeah. I don't remember the two guys, but it was the one guy who Domi, and then the other kid. But whatever. That's not what's frustrating me. I'm not saying that that Fenton should have just made a bunch of trades. What I'm saying that's frustrating me is part of the reason it seems like we're sort of standing pat now with what we have is that Fenton has come to realize that what he thought the value of some of these players was isn't what the league thought the value of some of these players was. Is. And that's frustrating, because he was supposed to have this outside perspective, and if the outside perspective was not accurate, that's frustrating. And two, it's frustrating because what the hell is the value of these players? And that suggests and gets back to the idea that we were holding on to these guys for so long under Fletcher for no reason. Like, we know what they are. Like, everybody's saying, okay, well, people are tweeting and saying, hey, let's just give these guys one more chance to realize their full value. No, I mean, every piece, every demonstration of input we have on them, their performance, and now what the rest of the league's GMs apparently think indicates that these guys are what they are. That this is what Charlie Coyle is, as opposed to what he could be. This is what he is, right? Yeah. So that's what's frustrating me. Not that he didn't do a bunch of trades, but that he was unable to because these guys aren't worth a damn.
Well, they're probably worth something. It's just, and I think that's why it's been so funny to see all of this frustration and all these people like assuming something was going to change. I feel like this has been the case. We can trade players. We're just not going to get anything in return that will miraculously change our makeup and make us like a way better team. Like, if we made a trade, we'd probably come back maybe marginally better, or maybe with like a more. I'm thinking we get like second round picks for these kinds of people. Like I'm surprised that I'm kind of surprised you're surprised. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you because I don't know what other options they have right now.
Like this has been the situation, and everyone's like, "Oh, we got to get rid of the GM." No, the GM's not the problem. Like, we have a semi-competitive team. A lot of our young players we thought were going to be super dope might just be solid two-way players. Third, second line players. Like, we have a team of our entire team is like a second line. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of under my take right now is I'm just waiting for Kaprizov. Hope to God he gets here. Hope to God he's a stud. And
yeah, I know.
I mean, that's about where I'm at. Like, we need a game changer like that, and he's the only chance they got. Maybe Greenway, I guess. But
watching Greenway in the playoffs was pretty sweet. He played pretty well in the Greenway did. He's fast. He's big. He's aggressive.
I mean, Connens Koivu.
Yeah. Or Eck.
Yeah.
At the high end.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Mr. Kirill Kaprizov.